our family out here.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. It is Studio W Sports Page brought to you by J and J. I'm your host, your man Mill. Riding shotgun with me as always, Mr. Kevin Harris to my left, and to my right is Mr. Romar Smith. Fellas,
Yep.
Hey.
how the hell are you?
Mm, I'm good. Just thinking about that good old ride over here, that shade that we had.
Oh, shame. Oh, come on, man. Really? I mean, I can understand you thinking that every little side you got to say about your football team is meant to be a slight. I get all that. But come on, man. Y'all gotta get out y'all feelings, man.
I ain't in my feelings. You just want to start early.
I ain't gonna sign nothing.
I
And
had
ladies,
tried until then.
and ladies and gentlemen, if y'all know what I'm talking about, we talking about some high school football. We on a worldwide network talk about a high school football game that don't involve any school that we went to. This is how petty we is. A high school football game between and it involves a team that's called Matorka Warriors. And if you don't know about the Matorka Warriors, they had the same uniforms, the same identity as the Washington at that time, the Washington Redskins. So huge shout out to the Matorka Warriors who pulled out a huge dub. So I said, okay,
Oh yeah.
so I said that team got beat by the Redskins. Now he in his feelings.
See how he slighted at your high school
See,
camp?
you know what? And I'm sitting there giving him the side eye. Like seriously.
See how he's.
I mean, I know my squad sucks right now, but come on. You know, you just want to put a little salt into there.
It won't even
Just a little pinch of salt. You know what I'm saying?
it won't even meant to be in this thought. That's what's crazy about it.
Yeah.
I'll just just we gonna talk. Well, if you're in your feelings now, we gonna talk about. We gonna have to talk about your team later on.
I mean, I'm gonna dumpster juice with it first week.
No, no, just one. It's the first week, and a lot of times people do overreact off that first week. I mean, look at history, man.
Let's be honest. As far as tackling, they look like a carryover from last season.
Plenty of time to turn that around. Plenty of time to turn that around.
They had a whole all season to teach me that. I'm sorry. Teach them how to tackle.
You okay? How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing all right over here.
We gotta
You
see,
know.
we gotta see about this echo.
Yeah, this echo is like in the way. That's what's messing it up right now.
And let me see. How about that? Yeah, I hit it. It's a little bit better now.
Nope.
I don't know that. Yeah,
Yeah, I can still hear it.
How about now?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, much better now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Good, good. Because I was gonna put these headphones back on till they got this straight.
Yeah.
I was not gonna put these headphones back on
Right.
until we got that out the way because that was I just cleaned my ears last night, so the echo was like really just tickling the eardrums. That's not a good feeling, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry, man. So we gonna before.
So what's the main elephant in the room you wanted to talk about, Mel?
Well,
What about favorites we gonna talk about?
Well, I'm trying to buy some time because I'm waiting for our wrestling guru, Miss Krishana Freeman, to join us because she has a lot of wrestling tea that I got questions and she got all the answers to.
Yeah.
I know you got questions. You got all the answers to that. You got. I know you need questions to a lot of. You need answers too.
It's like questions that need answers on all our ends on this one because she might know something either we don't know or an angle somewhere that we didn't see coming.
See, y'all watch more of it than I do. I just
Yeah, you just catch the little blurbs on Facebook after the fact.
no Instagram, but I study what I see and hear, you know. But I do go back and watch a show, but it'd probably be about on a
Yeah,
Sunday after both of them came on.
yeah. See, that's the thing, cause
But
it.
I know whatever I'm missing, I can go on Instagram on why pretty much why the right after a match and it ended or anything.
Mhm.
It's like I can see the whole. I seen all the Friday Night SmackDown basically in intricacies last night.
So what do you thought of SmackDown last night?
I thought it was pretty good. There was one person I was hoping to that would show up, but actually two people, but they didn't come through. Of course, we all knew Roman Reigns was gonna come back. Um,
The
you know,
stipulation with the Bailey and Naomi against Nia Jax and Tiffany time is very interesting.
I don't like it.
and why not?
I don't want because what's going to end up happening is Bailey's going to end up going to Raw or NXT,
Mm.
and I want her right there on SmackDown.
Now, is it official that Bailey's leaving, or
Now that's a stipulation of the match. If whoever
oh,
loses, whoever gets pinned, leaves SmackDown.
But if Bailey and Naomi win,
Whoever pins.
yeah,
so whoever gets pinned, one out of the four has to leave,
Now the one who gets the one who gets pinned
right?
has to leave.
That's right, exactly.
The
So
one
it's
who gets the pin gets the title shot.
oh, okay. So that's not out of the equation on that one. So it could be any out of the other three.
no,
No.
it's just only between Bailey and Naomi, whoever.
Yes, a
Oh,
tag
so it's
team.
between them two,
Yeah, it's a tag team match.
right? Oh, so basically that's setting up for that tag team to lose right out the gate. Then
Yeah, so
oh, see,
Bailey's going to end up getting pinned, and she's going to have to go to Raw or NXT.
okay, yeah. Well, if since you put it in that particular context, I don't like it either.
And I can see Bailey going to NXT because Roxanne Perez they're not building nobody up strong enough to beat Roxanne Perez in NXT, and she needs to be challenged. Because right now she's just going through the NXT roster. I mean, the TNA Knockouts roster too. She done went through the NXT roster. Now she's going through the TNA Knockouts roster. She needs a challenge, and ain't no other challenge than Bailey, who she name dropped on NXT last week when she went on her little radical tirades. So
So see, you know what? That's the thing I hated when they already set it up for set. It's when they drop clues right out the gate. Like, okay, so you already knew. So you already know what's gonna happen after that. Basically,
yeah, we all know. We all
yeah,
know.
I know. I mean, I just hate the way those little parts come out. There's no suspense. So basically, almost everybody that already is gonna know who's going to get pinned.
Yeah, I mean, there is suspense, but to us, it's suspense for the average viewer, for the average fan.
Yeah.
But if you didn't,
But if you're a diehard like we are,
yeah, I mean, you only know there's only so many ways that this can play out,
right?
and the way this play out to be best for all parties involved is for Bailey to get pinned and her to go to NXT. Because I'm gonna tell you another thing, NXT once they go to the CW, they're not going to be in the performance center. They're going on the road. So you're gonna have all three brands traveling across America instead of just NXT just being right there in Orlando, Florida.
A bigger brand.
Right, right.
So it's gonna be like a Raw or a Raw and combined with a SmackDown on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, so NXT is going to need a Bailey.
Yeah, they're gonna need stars to bring to
Yep.
attract the fans.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
That's the
they're
only.
trying to make it more than just a free agency farm team wrestling thing. I see what they're doing with it.
Yeah. So
They're going prime time.
yeah, and USA is going to SmackDown is going to USA.
Yeah, it was on USA last night.
Yeah. What you thought about being on USA?
You know what? See, because they still doing those little glitches in between the matches. Like, like I don't know what they're cutting out as far as the audio. So they're doing the same thing what Fox was doing, except there's no blackout like Fox was going through. So in between matches, you trying to be, hyped up and all, and then they cut the audio off, and I'm like, what are they cutting it off for? It doesn't make any sense to me. But it was interesting. I was disappointed that I was originally told it was going to be 3 hours long, but it didn't turn out that way. It was still, they actually went like 6 minutes of overtime. By the time it went off the air. So I was like, oh, okay. So they going, like, you remember how when Raw used to go a little bit of overtime afterwards?
Yes.
So SmackDown was doing the same thing. But yeah, and even AEW has done that too. When they go about 7-8 minutes off, past the past the scheduled time.
And I know they probably pay a little bit extra for that to happen too. There's got to be a penalty because you don't get that. You don't get that with any other type of show.
And right on cue.
I'm gonna add to the stage. There we go. And right here, we sit up here talking about the wrestling. We got the wrestling guru, Miss Krishana Freeman here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I am doing all right. I missed y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I haven't been around,
That's all
But
right.
Oh.
That's all right. That's all right.
well, listen, I'm not gonna be I'm not camera ready today, but I'm definitely ready to talk about this new SmackDown on the USA channel.
So let's dive into it. What's your thoughts?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually here for the brewing of this civil war. I'm ready for it. I like how they threw Cody in the mix, but Cody is like, listen, this is my last time. I already beat Solo. I don't know how many times. I'm done with him. I did try to do a little razzle dazzle and try to throw in Jacob Fatu, and he was ready. And I know he got a little warm when he got pulled. Solo was like, "Nah, you can't do this." So I'm here for it. SmackDown last night was pretty good. Andrade gets to face LA Knight for the US title. Um, and that was really all the matches and stuff that really caught my attention. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, they was going to destroy A-Town down under. We already knew that. It really was no conversation with that. Poor Kevin though. The man just wanted to go out there and help out. He was happy that he was chosen, and then he got, stunned for his troubles. So, I mean, that was exciting, but we knew it was coming. Um, the women's division, um, Bailey and Naomi go against Tiffy Time and Nia Jax with the stipulation of if Bailey and Naomi wins, then they get to, um, either one of them, I guess, pin Nia. They get to go ahead and face her at Bad Blood. But then if they lose, then one of them got to go to, have to be off SmackDown. Okay, that's wonderful. Um, do I think Tiffy is going to turn in that briefcase at that time? I think she is. because it's really no need for you to hold on to that briefcase. Or she might go after Liv Morgan. Who is to say? Um, or she could take it back to NXT. I don't know. It's just decisions, decisions, decisions. Um, but other than that, SmackDown was pretty good. Um, what do you guys think?
Well, for me, there were two people that were on the rumor report that was going to try to make a surprise return because it was a season premiere. Um, I was hoping for either Charlotte to come back or Jay
Hmm.
Uso. I mean, not Jay, Jimmy.
Yeah, yeah.
That, that's what I
They
was
were
hoping
hitting
for.
around. Yeah,
And
they
then,
were hitting around for that.
yeah, and there was rumor mills, and I'm sure you read the dirt sheets too. So that would have been more if you want to like to start out with a bang. Hey, have a little surprise factor in there. But yeah,
So my surprise factor that I was waiting on since, cause so when Roman came after they did the cage match, Cody won and then the bloodline came in.
mhm.
And when Roman came out, that would have been the perfect time for either Jimmy to come out of the sidelines. And then also too, I'm waiting on Zillow. Zilla. I'm waiting on him. Zilla Fatu.
But that he ain't next in line.
I know he's not next in line,
It's
but I'm
Roman.
waiting on
Roman.
him.
Roman. It's like they got from the stuff that I've been seeing.
Yeah, but I
They're
wanted
bringing in
him.
another Roman Reigns to be with him.
You
To
gotta.
pair up with him.
I'm gonna
Well,
say.
no,
Let me tell. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And why it's going to be a while before you see Zilla. Paul Heyman already leaked out once he returns, he is going to have over a year's worth of storyline to add to what's already going on.
well that's true too.
And Zilla is not even signed yet.
No, but
That's the big thing. He ain't even signed
then
yet.
is another one though. I forgot his name.
It's and I know I'm gonna say his name,
Hikuleo.
Julio.
Yeah, that's
Hikuleo is
Yes.
the one that's signed.
yeah, that's who they
That,
got.
Now
that's
him
He gonna
now,
be joining Roman's bloodline.
that's what I've been hearing too.
yeah.
And then,
But
yeah,
you know what's so crazy?
he's going to join Roman's bloodline and then turn on Roman.
And see,
Whoa,
they got Jacob turning on
Yeah,
so
Jacob's supposed to
Jake,
turn on Solo to go with
because
Roman.
they have Jacob being next in line to be the head of the table.
But let me tell you how. Let me tell you how that's not going. How that's going to throw everything off. You can't have the Civil War now unless the bloodlines are aligned. Herculeo is Tonga's brother,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how he's going to turn on the Tonga family. Is going to try to assert their dominance into the storyline, and you can't do that if all three Tongas ain't on the same side.
that's it.
You
That's
might
just
have
not
a
how it's
point.
going. And somehow, some way, all the Fatus are going to line back up, and that's going to lead the rest of the Anawais to come together and go back. And somehow, some way, Paul Heyman is puppet mastering all this.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's like the greatest one in the game right now.
You
Yeah,
know what? Paul
Polo
Heyman
just stuck in the middle.
Paul Heyman has a gift for storytelling, especially when he was in EC when he was head over everything in ECW. He had a storyline. It was every man for himself. If a woman gets in the ring, she bad enough to hit you with a chair. She bad enough to get hit. So she got hit, but um that's his thing. Storytelling was always his thing. He had the knack for it. And with this, and being the fact that he was already in line with the Samoan dynasty for over 40 some odd years, with all of them, really,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
how can you stop that? How can you stop it?
He probably he has the greatest job in the world.
I'm telling you, I want to be like him when I decide to grow up. I really do.
Oh, geez.
Oh, you miss, you miss Waldo Fatu.
Well, we did.
No, remember when I came in here with that?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
for your costume party.
Yeah, man. Look, hey, look. We have our own Jacob Fatu over here, man. I'm telling you. I say you over there wrecking shop. You know, on the blood. See, Romar is part of the bloodline. See, that's the one thing that nobody is a little known fact. He over there, man. I mean, he's like the Samoan werewolf, man. He's over there. I'm gonna tell you something. Jacob has been the game changer for this whole operation right now because basically, if it wasn't for him,
Hey, when Solo stopped him though, did you see the look on his face when Cody called him out to the ring?
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
He looked like, yo, are you really serious right now? Do I have
Yeah.
to stop?
But see, that's the thing. See, and the story was already being written. I thought about you that day, and the story was already written when he said, "Oh yeah, you trying to get my enforcer to turn on me?" I was like, "Well, duh. That's how the whole thing is about to start."
Basically, ain't that what you did?
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, you became the enforcer, and then what happened? You sat there and you didn't turn on Roman. Roman just lost the belt, but you took over, and now it's you the tribal chief now. You no longer the tribal chief. You know what? He ain't your friend. He ain't your friend. He ain't gonna sign it. He ain't gonna sign it. What happened, man? Cody said, "We're not doing this. I'm about to end y'all once and for all. I'm about to get out of this storyline." And honestly, this is about to put him out of this whole storyline with the bloodline. This is he's
For the
definitely
time
done
being.
after this.
For the time being.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
But
so
until
you don't see it, and then after that, Mill.
Not as long as the world title's involved.
Wait, I mean, you still got the Rock in the wings too. Remember a few months ago?
Exactly. So
right.
Cody can say he's done with the bloodline. He can say he's
He
done with them
he
all you want.
he can say that, but for the time being, I
They
think
gonna leave him alone.
it's a little over right now.
Yeah,
You
because
know what?
it's
Just focus on who's actually gonna be the tribal chief, and then they can come back and try to get this title from him. But yes, The Rock is, lurking in the wings because he want his opportunity. Also, remember, Roman is entitled for his rematch.
Yep.
He just never invoked it yet, but he is entitled to have his rematch.
And also with his rematch, you gotta think somehow, some way,
bloodline rules again.
their involvement in NXT this past Tuesday is not gonna go unpunished.
Mm.
Hmm.
So somehow, some way,
Them titles coming up on the line.
yeah, Nathan Frazier and Axiom has to
Have to address it.
have to address it.
Yeah.
Street Profits already in the mix with that, as
Yes, they are.
along with DIY. So it's a lot of tag teams that the Bloodline have to take care of, or they're pretty much in the mix with.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why they would do that. I don't understand the angle. Why are you sending Solo? I mean, why is you sending the Bloodline to NXT to get involved with that?
Because of the street fight.
Because they're champions. They are going to reign dominance over every inch of this brand. They said that they run all of WWE. They're going to show you they run over everything.
So who does that
One thing at a time.
who does that faction remind you of? When you going around different brands and still trying to run them out, not run them out, but you trying to show them down. Who does that remind you of?
Fabulous Freebirds.
Well, now I was thinking NWO.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about the originator. So when you talk to me,
Well,
I'm gonna take it back.
Yeah, the Freebirds did that too.
yeah. I mean,
Freebirds started.
well, yeah. You want to go to the vault for that one, but
Yeah, you sent me to the vault
Well,
because when
that's
you
true.
said that, it triggered me. it triggered me
Right.
with Michael P.S. Hayes saying the line, "We're running the Von Erichs clean out of Texas."
And that's exactly what look. That was a long line of rivalry. That's what they did.
This is what happens when
And they live in Georgia.
You know what's going
I
on.
walked right into that trap
Yeah.
too.
You know
Yeah, you did. I'm sorry.
We're
I don't
seeing-
care.
with all that's going on, I'm sitting there thinking, you know, we really actually seeing with all that on the lower ratings war.
No, that ain't on the low. It's going down now.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, and all I can think about is when ECW, NWA, and WWE were all in. You know, like
That's why TNA. That's why TNA was like, "Hey, let's cross brand real quick because we don't want this WCW
Yeah, this
we don't want this WWE
yeah.
smoke. We seen how this fared out 20 some odd years ago. Now let's go ahead cross brand. You can bring your guys over here. Let's bring our guys over here. AEW is like, okay, game on, because that's the reason why SmackDown went to USA. Their contract expired with them. Now, I think it's AEW is going to take their Friday night slot and call it on AEW Shockwave.
Now, don't they have a Friday night show?
They already have a Friday
They
night.
got a Friday night show. They call Rampage.
Yeah, they do. They already have one on Friday night, but theirs is at 10. Theirs
Right.
after
SmackDown goes off.
SmackDown. And then they also have a slot on Saturday. So
AEW
they have
Collision.
yeah, so they have the Time Warner on lock. They got Friday. They have Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Oh, they old school in it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they taking their Friday night SmackDown slot on Fox because the opening for that. The Fox is not with the WWE no more, but they're now they still want that. They want AEW to take over that slot. Put it that way.
Well, one does AEW don't, and they give it to TNA.
Then they might as well give
I don't see them moving, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean,
it don't make no sense.
Yeah, because Fox still got
AEW
college
move.
football going on their
Yep.
station.
And then also
College game.
Yeah, they got college games going on. I saw some of it last night after SmackDown went off.
Hey guys, hold on. Hey Mark. Hey Mark.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well.
All right, do me a favor. Give us about 10, 15 more minutes. We're gonna wrap wrestling up before we start talking football. It's about 9:30 now. I want to get into football like 10 minutes to 10 because we got a lot of football to talk about. So we got about 10 minutes of this.
Hey, no problem. I'm liking the education I'm getting from a young lady here. I'm just listening.
Oh, I cannot wait to what Mark has to say. Oh man.
well, why thank you. Anytime.
Well, yes,
You still there?
hey, she got to be the main. She got to be your main correspondent for this wrestling mill. I'm listening. I'm like, God.
I'm telling you, look, she's like a backstage reporter back here, man. You know.
Listen. I'm trying. So I'm really trying to go ahead and send in my audition tape to WWE. I'm trying to be a ring announcer, and then or either try to do some backstage correspondence. Something.
They let you do some commentating. They definitely need to give you a shot because I'm listening to this. I'm like, I'm taking down notes with this one. I'm like, oh, okay.
The commentary would be perfect for you because now that
I'm trying.
Which reminds me, I'm glad you said. Speaking of commentary, here's my little round table for y'all. What do y'all guys think of the new guy they brought from Raw? Testator, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Trash.
All right, I'm gonna get your explanation in a minute.
Well,
Hold on, Shayna. Now hold on, Shayna. What's your thoughts on him?
So I think that of course, he's not no Michael Cole or no JR or no Jerry the King Lawler, but from him coming from
The sport
He
from
came from like sports from ESPN and stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get all my fact checking on him, but for Monday night, he seemed like he was okay with it. I'm glad that he actually did his homework when he was commentating, because some people just don't do their homework. So I'm
Right.
happy that he did that. But yeah, I think he's all right for the moment.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of times when you're coming over from, say, football aspect of it, like NFL or college or whatever, and then you translate all the way to going to wrestling. Yeah, doing your research is like a major, key. All right, I don't know what that construction mill is doing over there, but anyway, yeah, but anyway, no, but you're right. I agree because, like I said, I would say give him a few months. I would say within 6 months, and I mean, he's getting comfortable in his position, which is cool. I actually like him. I actually like him. It's like I said, it's you know, just like once you get used to the adjustments or whatever, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is he gonna be like a Jonathan Coachman?
I don't. I don't. To me, it's too early. The jury's still out. But if you ask me now, I don't see it. But again, it's still too early.
All right, let
Mel,
me.
your thoughts? And you say he's what?
I'm just a little bit too hard on Joe Tessitore. I mean, he's knowledgeable. He just does not have the passion yet. I have this. The passion is he's a couple of seconds behind. He's a little slow on it. And another reason is I feel like that role should go to Big E. I think Big E would thrive in that commentary role, just like Wade Barrett is. And it's sad to say that because I know he wants to get back in that ring so bad, but he is just not going to find a doctor to clear him. So that's the best. So the best thing for him is to be as close as to the action as possible because you can tell him he loves his business. He misses that ring so much, and he was such an incredible talent. And for his career to end the way that it ended, I know that's a tough pill to swallow. But you don't want to lose that time because he is talented on that mic.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's the reason why I think it should go to Big E because I love hearing him on the wrestling podcast and the pregame and
Stop using
and,
them as a
and the PLA.
knowledge yeah, and really let them do something.
Yeah, something that good. I didn't see the need for them to bring Joe Tessitore. And there's plenty of talent that you can have right there. Hell, I mean, how rotate how some wrestlers do commentary because Miz do great on commentary.
Yeah, I kind of like the dude.
I mean, Bailey does great on commentary. CM Punk does great on commentary. There was just no reason to bring Joe Tessitore in.
Somebody from outside the world.
You mean outside the
I
wrestling?
guess,
Yeah.
I guess
Outside the wrestling community.
Yeah, when you had the time to get the job done already here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at with it.
So so what you're saying, Mel, is like other ones who've been in the trenches for a long period of time should have gotten a shot.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right,
Absolutely.
that's a fair argument.
family business. Keep it in the family.
Right. You have
When you let outsiders in, somehow, some way, something get tricked up.
Yeah,
bring
on feud.
bring in some of bring in my guys bring in some of my guys from NXT. Call them up. They do great. They do great there, but NXT is like I said, NXT is about to go on the road. They about to be a brand, a bigger brand, just as big as brand as Raw and SmackDown with this move. Because they seen how it went when they took I forgot what pay-per-view it was that they went overseas with. And they had a fatal four-way with Trick Williams, my new guy, the up and coming, the young OG. You know who I'm talking? Javon Evans, and now the new Xfinity champion Ethan Page, and I forgot his name, Sean Spears. That was a great match. First match overseas. They saw the numbers that brought in. They was like, oh yeah, we taking this town on the road now. So as soon as they go to the CW, they gonna start hitting. They gonna start hitting all the colleges and universities. Because they do great in that sense. I think they did great when they came when SmackDown came to Virginia State.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did great there. I think they did great there. So we talk about Raw, we talk about SmackDown, NXT. What's going? I gotta give a few minutes. What's actually going on in AEW?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
Yeah, school us on that side.
Yeah.
Tell us. Yeah, we got a few minutes left. School us on
okay.
that side real quick.
Okay. So at the last pay-per-view, All Out. No, All In. I'm sorry. All In. Of course, they showed Ricochet. He made his entrance in. Um,
Right.
so he did a great job coming in. Um, I think it's Wednesday or either last Wednesday he ended up fighting Will Ospreay. Now them two used to fight in New Japan. And when they fought in New Japan, they tore the house down, and that's what
I
they did
told you
here.
they was on the court. I told you it was on the collision course.
And
Told
this
you.
this was good. Um, the Blackpool Combat, yeah, Blackpool Combat. They have turned on Daniel Bryanson. Moxley came back, and he came back a force to be reckoned with. He said this is all out war. I feel like he reminded me of the NWO because he went to Tony Schiavone and told him this ain't your company no more. So
Mm.
they're about to wreak havoc.
I did catch
And
that little clip of that part. And
oh yeah,
Tony Schiavone looked so confused.
he did, didn't he? He looked like, what did he mean by that? Oh my God.
Exactly.
Like, listen, you know what the man meant, and you know that it's about to go down. So you have the Elite, which is Matt and Brandon, and you got the Scapegoat Jack Perry, and then you have Darby Allin on the island of his own, because Sting really ain't nowhere. He's
Yeah.
retired. And then Moxley wants Darby Allin. Then I'm gonna skip over to the women's division. Um, Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Monet. So she's a two-time champion holding two belts at the same time. She has the TBS championship and she has the Strong Women championship. And
Can we give her 3 belts?
huh?
Can we give her 3 belts?
What's the
'Cause,
third belt?
now I know I'm a dude. I don't know a whole lot about this part of the game, but to me, Sasha Banks got the best weave in the game.
She do.
Because
Her
that no matter how much that
Unflappable.
thing gets snatched, she that weave ain't going nowhere.
between her and Naomi, because they both have the same styles because they both rock with each other. They're
Yeah,
best friends. So both of their weed games is strong. It is. Um let's see. Um and then it's another chick. She had just came over from NWA. Which Nick Aldis used to have a stake in before he came to SmackDown. So and I forgot her name, but she is a beast to be reckoned with. She's supposed to be the bodyguard. Because they took out Britt Baker. Britt Baker is on another hiatus. I haven't got the full dirt sheet about why she's on a hiatus, but I think that Brooke is I mean, not Brooke. Britt. Britt is on Britt is just, I think she's kind of over it because when she came back, she was ready to fight and all this other stuff. But even at that match, with the one that she had with Mercedes at All In at the last pay per view, she wasn't wrestling like herself. So I think that that played a part. That was one. Um, and that's pretty much it. The trios champion is Castillo, Uter Willer, and Pac. You know, the bastard Pac. It was him. All three of them. They're the trios champion now. Um, House of Black is still, they still trying to get that title, but they haven't got it yet. That's pretty much it on AEW. I haven't been um watching it a whole lot because I've been trying to get everything together, but they are definitely Wednesday ought to be very interesting. I'll definitely be watching it on Wednesday and taking notes. But
Okay, now before we start talking about football, I do want to throw this pitch to WWE. And I gotta have this timestamp document. We got this on recording. They need to start up a 6-man tag team division.
I
And they
agree.
need to have 6-man tag team titles. And they need to be defended across all 3 brands.
6 man.
Yeah, because it is a whole lot of factions going on.
Exactly.
A trios type.
Yeah.
You see it doing on trios, they need a 6, and they can call it the Road Warriors Classic because you haven't seen 6-man tag team titles since Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors.
Yep.
I think they retired them. So it has existed. It has had success. And I think that's something that Triple H needs to revisit. I mean, that's something that could
Yeah.
I think like the last successful
utilize more talent.
the last successful 6-man that we've seen, I would say the last 20 years was the New Day.
Yeah.
They have been the most successful.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're just hands down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
'Cause
never see.
they have always. Oh, that's the next question, right quick. I got 6 minutes. So what happened to Odyssey Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, word on the street was they fired him.
Yep.
Okay. Now, not funny, but so I'm sitting there looking at the dirt sheet. So apparently, there's some sort of allegations of domestic violence or domestic abuse came about,
Mm-hmm.
and WWE does not tolerate anything or doesn't want anybody to doesn't want any part of that.
Right.
So that whole storyline where we all thought that Xavier was going to turn on Kofi, that storyline got killed off because of the whole situation.
And to be fair, this is not something that WWE is new to. This has
No,
happened before
it has.
because the same thing happened with Zachary Wentz. Now Zachary Wentz is a tag team that was with Wesley, known as MSK, and he had the same allegations for him, and he was immediately fired, immediately let go, and MSK had to relinquish those tag. They had to forfeit the tag team belts.
Wow.
So Zachary Wentz is now with TNA, and I forgot what title that he holds. I think maybe you can help me out with that one. But he holds that title, and he's also in the storyline again with Wesley and his other tag team partner. And
Yeah, because Wesley turned on them. Yeah.
Right. So
But then also too, the WWE do not want to be involved in another
Chris Benoit
scandal as Chris Benoit.
exactly.
They do not want to. That brought so much heat on WWE,
It's
and
forever.
Right. And now even though it had the steroids involved with it, it was the fact that you went home, you murdered your wife and your son, and then you turned around and killed yourself. They don't know how long that stuff been going on. They don't know if it's been a domestic situation the entire time. They just didn't want to see no parts of it. And for that I agree, because the WWE is holding their talent accountable for their actions.
Finally.
Yeah.
So it's not like the NFL to where you'll get fined and then you can't play a few games.
Mm-mm.
No, you are automatically gone, because this is a family oriented type of show.
Yeah.
What do I look like promoting you and giving you a platform, and you turn around, go home, and start beating your old lady like she's one of the wrestlers, like you practicing for a move.
Yeah. So
And the thing about it was, and they were told to not mention his name in any promo,
yeah.
especially
Okay.
Kofi. Especially,
Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, I think there was one that, I guess, I mean, like I said, I think that last New Day promo they had, like, Kofi never mentioned him at all. But again, like I said, but
You
that,
can't.
well, you can't now.
No,
But-
once you put that ban on, once he get removed, you can't mention his name.
No.
Okay. So have you heard Chris Benoit's name? You ain't heard
Nope.
Chris Benoit's name in about 20 years.
Now,
Almost
speak that man.
15 to
You
20
say that
years.
name, you say that name, you gonna lose your job.
You sure enough is. They ain't even going look. Even if you go on Peacock, half of the matches that he was on, they have scrubbed off. If you go on Peacock, go under WWE. If you look for any match that got Chris Benoit on there, you will not see it. That's how bad they scrubbed that man out of history for WWE.
They erased him.
And do you know why they feel so accountable? Because they feel bad because they seen the signs of what it was with him.
Yep.
And they ignored it.
Because of the mood swings and
They knew what was going on.
the steroids, they knew about all of it. But what drove him over the edge was when he found Eddie Guerrero's body. That's what drove him definitely over the edge. Because him and Eddie was the best of friends. He went to Eddie when he had issues with his life, or that was his confidant. That was his shoulder. And then when he died, when he came to that bathroom and seen Eddie passed out on the floor, face down, that man just completely lost it. Then when he lost the belt at the pay-per-view, he went home, he turned around and killed his wife and son, and then he turned around and offed himself because he didn't come back for taping on that Monday.
Wow.
That's
Oh man. See.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Yeah, see,
They came up through it together.
Shayna, I was not ready for that.
I'm sorry.
No, I know. I mean, yeah. Well, it's like we knew, but it was an extra angle that I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew he hung himself. We knew that. But the fact, but the whole thing was like, you supposed to be coming to work the next day, and I'm thinking like, what?
Actually, it was a pay-per-view. After that pay-per-view, you left and went home. Then when they were supposed to tape on Monday night, you didn't show up for work.
no, he didn't make the pay-per-view.
Yeah, he didn't make the pay-per-view, and they sent one of the representatives to the house.
Oh God!
Did he not make? No, I think he
No.
did make the.
No, he didn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, he
He
did.
did. Because
I had
remember,
to think about that. Yeah, he didn't
that
make
time
that.
that they shot him,
He killed them over the weekend.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I was thinking about the last pay-per-view that he had before he. Okay.
But it's just one of them things that they gotta do because, like you say, that one situation is just gonna always harm them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely a trying feeling because it's like you don't want history to repeat itself again, and you would rather stop it and
Like
before
you
it
said,
gets worse.
man, that's basically the reason Riddle lost his job because of his drug abuse problem.
Man, yes.
You
But
know?
they kept giving him chance after chance then too.
Yeah.
But also with Riddle's his last thing was he ended up getting a domestic charge too.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he got one too. So that's when WWE let him go.
Along with his drug problem.
Drug, right? Because
Yeah,
he kept
yeah.
on being high.
He was raging.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
now
they also been known to be forgiven too because
they have because they forgave Jeff Hardy like I don't know how many times.
Shit.
they forgave Andrade.
They hence why he's back now.
They forgave Zachary Wentz. That's why he's back in it. That's why they back reliving that storyline they're tied into.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. But then also, I think they got away with a lot of murder under Vince, and Triple H is trying not to repeat that same bad publicity that they had under Vince.
Ain't they coming out with a jump called McMahon?
Yep,
Yep.
On Netflix, yes,
On
they are.
that's later
that's
on this
good.
month.
Yes, it comes out on the 25th, I think, either the
Yeah.
25th or the 27th.
No, I think you're right. I think it is 25th.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Oh
Baby
my.
mama,
And
we
he
Yeah,
got
this is my time to go.
yeah, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta
Okie
wrap this up.
dokie. Well, gentlemen, it was fun having this time with you all. And I look
ain't
forward to seeing y'all next week.
Oh yes.
okay.
Oh yeah,
With more dirt sheets.
yeah.
Yes.
Next week we'll be back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, that'll work.
We doing a little Studio W special this day. But yeah, we be back 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We'll chop it up and get up because we got a lot more to talk about. We had a lot more time to on get it over with too. So
All right, that'll work. See
thanks,
y'all later.
thanks, baby mama. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Ah,
Later.
okay.
And now for the main event.
Yes, now we get to talk some football. Last week, fellas, first week of the NFL season. Oh my God, lot of ups, lot of downs. Give me some of your biggest takeaways from last week.
Well, as far as the standings go, me and you did, and Sonya, we did pretty good this week. And like I said, now I know Romar's looking to be like, okay. Now, the weirdest takeaway for me,
It's Tony Tan.
now again, a lot of things can change. It's only the first week. Rev has had the toughest week out of everybody. But
Yeah,
the,
he lost everything and his
he
quarterback.
lost a lot, which I had to double check a couple times myself because I'm like, but again, like I said, it's plenty of time. If
Hey
you
man, with my little 12 points. My little points
Hey.
saved me because
hey, I'm gonna tell you what though. Now, the weirdest thing for me, and nobody talks about, in the 4 o'clock window, you were over 4.
who me?
Yeah.
I know.
I had to count it 3 times. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
That was insane. I'm like, wow. But again,
It's still Savage that had 12 points.
but
I take
again, like I say, you start out in the middle of the pack. So again, you know how that happens when we start in the middle of the pack. All it takes is a strong.
well, Miami definitely didn't help this week. Decide this week. Oh.
Yeah. Anytime when the whole Studio W crew picks one team and we all stump the joint.
I should have. Oh, I say everybody's going for Miami. I was like,
And
I should just went on ahead and just pick Buffalo just off the strength of that.
But you know, one of my biggest surprises from the opening week, Arizona tied for some reason. It seemed like Kyler Murray was playing a good game.
and I knew he was going to have a good game. That was actually one of the 1 o'clock games
And
I
it's
had wrong
crazy because
I had them upset Buffalo.
everybody then wrote him off pretty much. Like he ain't really played football for years.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Arizona Cardinals. Since we're talking about that, now, one more. I'm sure you probably read it along somewhere that they said,
Marvin Harris is doing.
they said it's not my job to feed him the ball.
That guy's to be the dumbest statement
What
of
kind of
quarterback.
take? Okay, what kind of take is that? First of all, it's not your job to feed. Okay, you drafted this guy for a reason, and the dude was wide open. Nobody was in 15 yards of him.
You know what that means? You know what that is?
Talk to us.
We've seen it before. It's called prima donna.
We've
He's
seen this
scared.
happen for years.
He's scared of not being that guy.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for Mark to get back here.
I mean,
I can't wait for Mark to get back.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
I can't wait for.
I can't wait either.
I don't understand it because
I'm
you gonna use that
baffled by
draft pick to draft him right there, not to throw him the ball.
I think he had one target the whole game.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like he came off like a prima donna on some hating. Yeah, like no.
That didn't make any sense. And now I'm gonna tell you what the biggest surprise was.
Especially when that's the only receiver you really got.
That's my thing. The balls this guy, you gotta have a mean set of cojones to sit up here in an interview and say that it's not. I'm gonna phrase it correctly because I heard it. I heard him say he said it's not his job to force him the football. Now, it's a difference in between forcing and getting him the football. What he's trying to say is he don't see this guy open when all the world sees guys open. So he feel like if he's not open, I'm forcing the ball to him. I'm not forcing the ball to him if he can't see him open. Well, number one, that's on you, Kyler Murray, because you're supposed to run plays and scheme this guy open. They drafted him for you. So yes, it is your job to deliver.
So are you telling? Is he scared and throwing into double coverage all of a sudden?
Man, I'm taking my chances with him in double coverage.
No, I'm saying he's misreading. I'm saying he's misreading the defense.
Yeah.
Something's not right with this guy.
Not only is he not misreading the defense, but now when you say it's not your job to force in the football, okay. So if it's not your job, who is? Now you're throwing your offensive coordinator under the bus.
You're throwing the head coach under the bus.
Throwing the head coach under the bus, and you're throwing this number one receiver that they drafted for you under the bus. You're just deflecting blame on them. No, it's your job to get them the football. It's not their job to get in your line of sight, which you're only 5'8", $105. You can't see over nobody. Now I gotta find a way to get into your window. No, you're supposed to know where I am and deliver me the football. But no, that's not your. We paid you $250 million for.
It would have been a much better take if he would have said, "Hey, I have to do a better job of getting you the football." That would have been a much better take. Then we would probably at least take you a little more seriously. But since you decided to go that route, it won't be long before either A, he's injured again, or B, he's going to get benched.
All right, on time. Hey, Mark.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We talk about the Kyler Murray situation with have you heard about it?
Well, here's the deal.
All right, there was an article that said something about, I saw it on Facebook. Romo, you probably saw it on Instagram. They're saying that it's not my job to force Marvin Harrison Jr. to football.
Well, see, I saw that comment. It's idiotic. I don't like this cat. I never have. I feel like he has an attitude on the field. He almost acts like he's entitled. Arizona made a mistake giving him the money, I'd have let him go. The hell with him. I don't think he's that great. He's going to find out real soon. He better get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball, or he's going to be seeing himself on the bench, and they're going to look at a way of getting out of that contract.
Oh,
So you know what? So this solidified Mill's argument. And what was it you always told us, Mill? That the one team you cannot stand out of all 32 is the
the Arizona
Arizona because they what?
Oh, they just don't deserve to have nice things.
They don't deserve to have nice things. And that's right. See, and when I saw that bulletin board material, I'm like, see, you just solidified for me why Mill been saying it for years.
They don't.
They don't.
But this is not even on Arizona. This is on Kyler Murray.
I know, but it's just the fact that where you're playing at kind of like seal the deal. Now, okay, I got a big one for you. Now, I'm sure we all heard this. Mill, we talked this on the phone the other night. The trash talking between the Bengals, basically, well, mainly the Bengals are in the news again for all the wrong reasons. You got Jamar Chase, and then you got some cornerback. I ain't never heard of him until Thursday talking about, Xavier Worthy, he can only run straight. He won't do nothing else. Just put his hands on him, he'll stop him from the speed. Okay, first of all, who are you to start? That's number one. Number two, have you forgot the fact that number one or three, Joe Burrow is not 100%. He's got wrist issues. All right. And the funniest thing is to me, the last 6 years, you've been 1-10 under Zach Taylor. Let that sink in. And then, of course, you're going against the two-time defending Super Bowl champions.
Why you want to wake up Patrick Mahomes?
The worst thing you could do is give KC bulletin board material. That's the dumbest statement I ever heard.
Well, first of all, they need to learn how to win some games in the first month of the season before they start talking. Zach Taylor better start winning some games, period, or he might be out of a job. Cincinnati, they need to have their stuff together. Talking trash is the last thing they need to be doing right now.
Yeah, especially when Jamar Chase was like, when they asked him the other day, they said, y'all guys we're the top, we're still the team to beat, but we got to act like it and play like it too. Oh, newsflash, you got beat by the worst team in the AFC with the Patriots, really, at home. And then you're going to go against the number one team in the AFC, and then with Patrick Mahomes.
And a shiny new toy.
And look, let me tell you what. See, I never thought I would say this. I hope Xavier Worthy walks the dog crap out of him.
Oh, they're going to showcase it.
Oh, and like I said, it's only the beginning. And let me tell you something. See, the thing about it was, when I saw, one of my personal takeaways from it was when Xavier Worthy was going on. He was balling out. This solidified both of y'all's arguments several months ago. Remember the draft party, right? Okay, back in April. Both of y'all called it when you said, especially you, Omar, if Xavier Worthy goes to the Chiefs, it's over. It's a wrap.
Hey, they gonna bring on the old Tyreek Hill package.
They already did.
Man, look, let me tell you
They
something.
gonna really.
They did that the first play. Their first play they had the ball was a jet sweep.
Yeah,
They did it the first play. First time he touched the ball.
First time he touched the ball, and I was young.
They're gonna really open it up.
I was like, man, look, my first thought right there was that damn Romar. Romar, you done started again.
They gonna really.
I started with him because
I know, but look, I was yelling both y'all names. I was almost lost it on TV. I was like, y'all two was cooking something up there at the draft party.
I'm finding that audio.
Hey,
I'm finding that audio.
All you got it. I'm gonna tell you the date. Go to the draft party, April 27th. We were up here on a Thursday night, and we were up there from 8. We started from 8, and we didn't leave till midnight.
oh
Yeah.
And the thing about we sat there, go to 11 some whatever time. I think it was like whatever the last draft pick. and both of y'all was talking about it. Y'all were in on it. Y'all knew what was going on. Y'all knew what was going to happen. And Romar said something about if Xavier Worthy goes to the Chiefs, it's over immediately. And I said that right there, Romar. I have to give you credit and I said I give people credit when credit is due.
Me and been talking about.
Y'all been talking about this
we
all
been
summer
talking
long.
about it like how we knew it, we seen it. I mean, bruh.
I'm out. Listen, Romar. Sometimes I get blown away by the stuff he be throwing out, and everything comes to fruition.
If Hollywood get on the field, man.
Well, now, Romar, that might not happen because he's getting surgery.
No, he's gonna be out.
And they say his season might be over.
Okay. Well, even without it, but
okay, but
man.
look, but you got Xavier Worthy on one side. But see, you also got to account for Rashid Rice.
Yeah.
You got to account for that. You got two cheaters on both sides of the ball. What are you going to do? What
running back? Yeah, he coming.
And then hold on. Not only that, you still got Pacheco.
Yeah.
You still got and you still got Kelsey. He's still gonna do his thing. Kelsey don't really have to do much. But then you also got McCole Hardman. You still got to deal with him.
Man, what impressed me about Kansas City is just one person.
That's who?
The DN. The D-line.
Chris Jones.
Yes, bro. Man.
Oh man, he's a major problem too.
It's crazy how I'm watching the game. It's crazy how much disruption he get and how he beat these people off the block.
Man, they would tear the Bengals a new one already. I'm telling you now. This is one of those games that the worst thing you can do. I mean, I get it. It's rivalry week 2. I get it. But at certain times, you should not be opening your mouth, and that was one of them.
Yeah, they might have.
You just asked for a death wish.
Okay.
In KC.
All right, guys, we gotta speed this process up.
All right, so
we're gonna start off with was last year was my favorite topic, my favorite segment. Who got it wrong? Well, I don't want to hear about who got it right. I want everybody to come to the front of the congregation and address their L's.
Well, luckily, I don't have a whole lot this week.
And we're going to start off last Thursday. We chopped it up. I think we all had the Chiefs. Am I correct? Against the Ravens?
No, I had it wrong. And I lost by a freaking toe. I lost by a damn toenail. Lost by that. I lost by a toenail. But you know what? Here's the thing. I put that on Lamar Jackson because here's the thing. If Lamar would have connected on either play before it got to the last one, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Lamar screwed that one up. Yeah. But like I said, man, because usually, and I was going by because the Super Bowl winner used to lose in their season opener. But it didn't happen in this case. Lamar screwed that one up, especially towards the end. So, and I'm thinking to myself, Baltimore was going to steal one. And the commentators was in on it. But when the replay came in and when we saw the one toe over the line, you're like, yeah. I was like, no. So I lost that one. All right. Next.
Next one was the Eagles over the Packers.
That was a tough one, but I had the Eagles. Oh. No, you had Green Bay.
I did.
Yeah.
In Brazil. Green Bay should have won that game.
But the field conditions was horrible as hell. It was terrible.
That was absolutely.
It was horrible.
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm the Players Association, I'd have said, "Hey, we ain't stepping on this field. Forget this."
Right. Do not play in Brazil no more.
I mean, you know what? They thinking about generating money. Dudes slipping all over the field. Somebody teared their knee up. Something bad happened. If I was the players, I'd say I'm not playing on this turf. If that would have been in the United States, and that would have been any NFL field, especially say it's exhibition season, they'd have canceled the game. They'd have canceled it.
Mhm.
There was no excuse for that horrible field. The one thing I was wondering, Mill, I don't know if you brought it up. I wanted to see what was your take on Tua.
Oh, Tua. Oh, we ain't got to
We ain't got to that part yet.
But yeah, Tua I don't want to see Tua ever again. I don't want to see that no more.
Okay, so we have four concussions in the last 5 years. Now, of course, we've seen the replays over and over again. You got to slide. That's the first thing.
He's horrible at sliding and diving. Henceforth, I don't want to see.
That's the first thing you're taught to do as a quarterback is to slide.
Well, you know what? He's not the only one that was bad at that because RG3 didn't know how to slide.
Hey, I ain't gonna say. Well, I'm gonna add another name in there. Jaden Daniels is horrible at sliding too.
Well, they knocked him out. He'll learn.
Did you? Man,
Yeah.
his slide game terrible.
Oh man, and I'm kind of worried about, and that's another thing because I'm more worried about his. See, and it's almost like going the same route RG3 was going. That's the same type. I'm thinking that's
Well, you know what? I don't know. In the case of Tua, man, I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the cleaning accounts I had when I was in California with the DMV, his sister worked there, and they come from from what I gathered, came from very humble, from a very humble situation. Money was not something that they had a lot of. And when you got $200 million guaranteed to you, that will take care of your family for the next 10 generations. But you got a circumstance with these concussions. Because, see, at the end of the day, it's going to be his choice. I really believe, in my opinion, if it was me, I know this is going to sound crazy. The only thing guaranteed to me in this life is that I got to leave here. So I guess during that, my mindset is I'm going to live it on my terms. I don't want to see him back out on the field again. But on the back end of it, I can tell you now, I ain't leaving $100 million back there either. Unless there's some kind of insurance payout to where he gets a majority of his money, I don't see him retiring. He's 24. Does he need to retire?
All right, see, this is the thing. This is what's in his clause. If he retires on his own, which means the doctors have cleared him to play and he retires on his own, then he forfeits the guarantees in his contract. Now, if he cannot find a doctor to clear him, then they're gonna have to then the Dolphins gonna have to reach a buyout settlement with him.
I just seen something where they said if he retires, he's still guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if they clear him and he retires on his own,
then you forfeit the money.
Say he can play, and Tua just says, nah, I'm done regardless. He forfeits his guarantee. He forfeits that money. But if they cannot find a doctor to clear him, then the Dolphins are on the hook for that money.
Well, here's the thing. Old school players played with these concussions week after week after week. It's a whole different generation, and I understand that. Quality of life, I understand that. But this is something you've been doing since you're 5, 6 years old, is all you know. And you've worked your ass off to get here. You don't want to take it away from you like that. That instinct in you, that desire to still want to get out there, I think it's what's going to be the deciding factor. Now, on the flip side of that, he come back and this cat gets knocked out again. It's going to happen at some point. You can't go the next 10 years and don't get knocked out. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to take he takes one blow to the head. He's done now.
It's over.
And the thing that's crazy about this whole thing was the cat that hit him he hit into him was DeMar Hamlin, the dude that just died on the field a year ago.
Yeah,
and that's the crazy part.
And,
I mean,
and now I'm going to cut you, Kev. In DeMar Hamlin's case, that's a 1 in 10 million type of thing that would happen. It was just the perfect hit. I mean, I don't think it's ever happened.
no.
And Tua's case, every time he stepped back, you got to wonder if he gets sacked, is he getting up? Did the cat knock him out? I mean, when he got hit the other day, and I had him on my fantasy team. When he ran and he got hit, I mean, when he slid in the dude, I saw his arms stiff. I ain't gonna lie. I guess being a fantasy, first thing I said was like, no, because I knew then I was screwed for the rest of that game. I said, I give up.
It seemed like Gavin couldn't wait to drop him.
No, oh man, look, I listen. It was so bad. I had to scroll through and try to see, all right, who had Tua on their fantasy team, and then I couldn't find anybody else out. I decided to go back to mine, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, he on the bench. Okay, well, thankfully I never started him because I got Jalen as a starter. But I also had Caleb Williams as a backup too, and then
here's the sad part, Kev. I had him, but I got Josh Allen in our league, and he outperformed him, and he only played half the game.
Oh man, I was like, yeah, and look, as soon as the game was over, I was like, you know what, I got to make an adjustment. Hey. I'm thinking I'm losing to Romar. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, look, that jump hurt me. I'm looking at the Thursday night game, and right before the game started, I hear the commentator say, "Yeah, you know, Josh Allen is 11-2 against."
Well, yeah, 11-2 against his career.
I say, yeah.
And Buffalo's beat Miami 12 out of 13 times. Tua is like what, 1-7 now?
Hey, I said when I heard him say it. And my brother-in-law, a Bills fan, he made the comment when he seen my picks. He said, "How you gonna go against the family like that?" I'm like, "They're gonna come back." And I replied to him. I was like, "Y'all did struggle with Arizona."
And tell brother my bad because I had Arizona winning that one. And I gotta wear that L.
This one, but Miami struggled too.
Yeah, they did. But you also got to think about it this way.
Buffalo didn't.
Well, think about it this way. And also, here's another stat that nobody talked about either. Tyreek, since he came to Miami, has struggled mightily against the Bills. He got handcuffed against the Bills. He didn't do much anything.
Well, you can't help it. We got Von Miller in your face all the time.
Well, yeah, but see, I wonder if that whole Tyreek case. Now, Mark, they have a Von Miller problem. They cannot block this guy. Now, okay, what's your take on the Tyreek case from the last Sunday?
All right, okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure all y'all would do the same thing, but I'm just gonna go straight down the line.
Go ahead.
Please pull me over. My window's already down. I got my hands on my steering wheel. Please pull him over. Knocks on his window. He rolls it down. He said, "Hey, don't be tapping on my window." First of all, that was the dumbest thing you could have done. You should have had the window down, hands on the steering wheel. Then you can tell the dude not to bang on your window. What transpired from there should cost that coffee's job. Because, see, he's supposed to, in that position, he's supposed to say, "I'll tell you what, sir, for my safety and for yours, you need to have that window down." I pulled you over because you were speeding. Is there an issue? Why? I mean, why are you exceeding the speeding limits? Tyreek Hill, I play for the Miami Dolphins. I'm trying to get to the stadium. Okay, can I just see your license so I can verify that? Verify that, Mr. Hill. I'm going to let you go. Next time, you need to slow down. Real simple. Instead, he proceeds to get pissed off, pull this dude's door open, yank him out the car, put him on the ground, put his knee in the back of his neck, basically almost like a George Floyd thing, so he can't breathe. Then his teammates see it. Calais Campbell, John Smith, they pull up. John Smith says, Calais Campbell's like, hey, what's going on? You better stand over there. Going handcuff him. Now this brother's 6'8", 6'9". They say, hey, you automatically getting a handcuff on you just because of your size. John Smith, he stayed back. He's also, asking questions. They're cussing them out. You get the F out of here. Blah, 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 blah. They end up letting them go. But guess what? Everything you did is what we fear every day when we see the red and blue lights go on behind us. Anytime a policeman pull me over, my hands is on that steering wheel, that window's down. If he sat in the head and say, hey, good afternoon. Now, do you know it happened to me here in Texas about 2-3 months ago? Dude pulled me over. Well, it's weird. I'm driving down the street one way. He coming up the street from the other way. Went all the way down the street, turned around, and came and got me. I said, what? Of course, I wanted to ask him, dude, ain't no way you could have seen me doing nothing. What is the purpose of you pulling me over? But I went with the flow. The guy ended up being pretty cool, complimented me on my car, gave me a warning, and I was going about my way. As black men, we know we are a target, especially when we're driving something that is of high value. Because, see, that stigma, and this is what I think a lot of these young men don't realize, it's a stigma that comes along with you. Yes, you should be able to get whatever you want, drive it, but sometimes you just need to stay under the radar. Everybody, especially when you're making the money, okay, you Tyreek Hill. Who gonna care because you driving a Camry XLE, whatever? Drive that to the game. You pulling up in a Ferrari, everybody know you got it. I'm not saying there's anything against it. I'm saying sometimes in a position as African American men, we gotta think of every safety protocol there could possibly be. And how can I put it? From a standpoint of Tyreek Hill, he definitely should have handled this a little different himself. Because the cop come up to you, have that window down, bro. You may not get that opportunity next time because, hey, now I ain't trying to be funny. Say that cop didn't know it's Tyreek Hill. You being a smart, he might be thinking you got drugs. Now it goes a whole different avenue. Or you just gonna keep that window up. Now the cop, he got a right to have his hands on that gun because he don't know what your windows is blacked out. He don't know what you got in there. I mean, I had to look at it from both perspectives, but at the end of the day, the way they treated that man, what they did, is unconstitutional. He should not have it. I don't want him protecting and serving me. But on the back end of it, hey man, it's a new generation, and these young brothers got to realize they can say all they want, ain't nothing changed. At the end of the day, we still black men. We still targeted every day. We still in a position where when we get pulled over, all we want to do is make sure we go home. Because believe it or not, there's a 25% chance you ain't going home.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so it's one of those things where you have to really think about what position you are putting yourself in. And anytime you are out there, hey, my buddy called me this morning, man, we're going to meet for brunch over this place, a nice place. I ain't going to lie, nice. Nice scenery. I mean, trust, it's all great. But the thing I be paying attention to the most once I leave up out of there, because I ain't gonna lie, when I'm in there, I'm looking. But once I leave up out of there, is on my way home. Is there anything that I should be? Is there anything around me that can possibly create a problem? Which is basically a cop. I do that wherever I go because, again, they can try to say things have changed. Oh no, they cleaned up a little bit. And you ever notice it don't start getting cleaned up till somebody gets killed or a situation like this. Oh, we're doing sensitive training. That's a bunch of BS. It's just them trying to clean. It's just them trying to sweep under the rug what they know they've done is wrong. Ain't nothing changed. At the end of the day, I can't say it on the air, but we're still that in to them. That's what we are. And they hate the idea that there's some of these ends with money. And part of that problem is the ones that got the money, sometimes they don't know how to act. Instead of just being humble and chilling out, no, they got to flash. They got to do all this different stuff to give them reasons. There's always something I was told a long time ago. My dad told me this, and I keep it in the back of my mind. Yes, they're making more money now, tons of money. Money you never would have thought that you could make, different circumstances. But as quick as they give it to you, they can turn around and figure a way to take it all away from you too.
This is my problem with the ball. This is my problem with the ball. Where was this police officer's awareness? You are in my all right. Let me say the obvious. Number one, you are in Miami. You're right outside of the Dolphins Stadium. You mean to tell me you do not know who the hell Tyreek Hill is?
Well, here's the thing, Mill.
I think for 1 second that if anything happens to him on a Sunday right before the Dolphins play,
that dude, he got to move out of. He got to move out of the country.
You did not think this was going to end bad for you? You sitting up here being aggressive with Tyreek Hill on game day in Miami?
Well, here's the thing. The dude said to him, "Look, I just had knee surgery. I don't care." All this stuff this cop is saying. And what makes it even worse, he's been on the force 27 years. So how many times do you think he done this to somebody, but probably it was worse? Because once he realized who he was dealing with, I think it got to a point where he said, "Man, you know what? I know I gotta let this dude go because he ain't at that game on Sunday. My ass is done."
None of this trick.
If I'm a player at this point, I'd be like, "Look, just get me a lift to the game. I'm good."
You got other Dolphins right there coming to his aid. What the hell was this cop thinking?
Hey, you see Calais Campbell, 6'8", 300-something pounds. You know this dude and the way he cut. You know this dude ain't just somebody that lived down the street.
Hey, come on.
But see, this was all about an ego. See, this was all about. I hate to use this word. This is all about an ego thing with a cop that probably got beat up from first grade to 12th. That his only way of having any kind of authority was becoming a cop, so he could try to bully people that probably whipped his ass his whole life. I mean, how do you not know? I ain't ever met Tyreek Hill. I'm telling you, but I pull him over. As soon as he pulled our window down, I know who it is.
Exactly.
And I mean, you're playing in the city. I've been a cop in for 27 years. Evidently, that's that dude's beat. So in my mindset would be he probably done seen. Well, I don't know. These brothers be getting different cars every week, but you see that car. I'm pretty sure he had personalized plates. You know who it is. But you got to make a statement to say, well, you know what? I shook him up. No, you just ruined your career, a-hole. Because the police union's going to try to fight for it. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. Blah, 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 blah. They're going to try to let it. You know what they'll do? They'll try to let this weigh on for the next month or two and let it die out. This dude needs to be fired. But what they'll do, watch and see what I tell you. They'll say he's going to be relegated to death duty because he got 27 years. And you know what? In 3 years, he can retire. Or they'll either let him retire now and he'll still get the benefits of being compensated for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So if I'm Tyreek Hill, if Tyreek Hill really wanted to make a stink, but see, it would cost him money. If the Dolphin players really wanted to make a stink, you know what they would do? If they really wanted to make an awareness, they said, you know, this home game Thursday, we ain't playing because we scared to drive to the stadium. We can't even drive to our own stadium without the fear that we're of what's going to happen.
And
that would change some things real quick, because now if I'm a player I don't care if I'm a player for the Dolphins, I'm a player for the Marlins, I'm a player for the Heat. I got to be wondering, man, hey, you know, on my way to the game, if I'm Jimmy Butler, I'm driving whatever he got, man, am I going to get stopped? I mean, you know, again, I buy nothing of what this country say when they say, oh, everything's changed. No, it ain't.
No.
Nah.
It ain't. Because, see, we all, Romar, Kevin, Mill, your dad, whoever, Even the young lady was on earlier. Hey man, we get stalked. First thing to go in our mind is, damn, I hope I make it home.
Right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have that thought.
Mm-mm. Okay, so guys, we gotta get to
Get the picks in.
yeah, it's time to
Hey, can
get
you do one more thing? Can we do one more thing? It only take 1 minute. Man.
Go ahead.
what's up, Mark?
We got to talk about this Deshaun Watson thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Well, here's the one time. Now somebody else then came out and filed a lawsuit. But here's my whole thought on it, real quick. He meets this girl at a club down here in Houston, which was a bad idea. Invites her to meet him at the Galleria, which is the mall. She says she don't feel comfortable meeting him in a public place. She'd rather him come to her place for dinner. Now, what kind of idiot? I mean, look, okay, so
Yeah.
so he goes to her place for dinner. While she's in the bathroom fixing her hair, she said he lays across the bed with nothing on and asks her to massage his buttocks. So to appease him, she rubs his back. Then she said, "Oh." Then he turned around and forcibly entered my vagina. That is a bunch of BS. Because number one, you meet a person, you meet this man. He's asking you to meet him at the Galleria at the mall. You don't feel comfortable meeting him at a public place, but you feel comfortable inviting him to your home for dinner, and you got a kid?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Oh, so then my next question would be, if he's laying on your bed with nothing on, you didn't have no problem with that. I don't hear you complaining about that. So to appease him, you decide, okay, I'll rub his back. So how did you, if he laying on his bed, how did you get on his back? What position would you in to rub his back? I ain't hear you say, put your clothes back on. I ain't hear you say, hey, that's a good idea. Let's meet at the Galleria and we can have dinner out there. No, you said you weren't comfortable meeting in a public place. You'd rather him come to your home.
That's all sorts of backwards.
It's a setup.
I mean, come on. I mean, this is, but here's the back end of this. Now, and she's supposed to meet with the NFL in 2 weeks. So that means that gives the lawyer enough time to prepare a script or whatever for her so she can go in there and do her song and dance act. And in the meantime, Deshaun Watson is sucking in Cleveland. The Browns is dying to figure out a way to get from underneath this atrocity they done came up with. So here comes a clause in the contract where they can actually get out of it. They're going to go to Roger Goodell. That's a good old boys club because he working for them. That guy going to say, man, you got to suspend this cat for at least 2-3 games. Suspending, that gets him out of the contract. He's gone. He doesn't get another chance. His career is done.
Over.
And the sad thing, Mel, is you picked them to win the division.
Again, but hey, Kev, this is the part.
They ain't the only division I got wrong.
Hey, here's the part.
What's that?
He invited the girl, let's meet at the Galleria, the mall.
Yes.
Now, I'm a man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I meet a nice looking girl. Hey, but you want to meet for dinner here? No, you know what? Why don't you come over to the crib and I'll cook for you? Oh, hell, I'm on my way. I mean, most women of decency would say, I'm not comfortable with you coming to my place. Yes, it would be a good idea. Let's meet.
Not on the first date anyway.
No, let's meet. You're right. Let's meet at the Galleria. We can eat. We can go to Johnny V's, wherever it is. We can go. So let's meet there. It's public. Can't nothing go. You're a public figure. Hey, that sounds ideal. But no, you say come to my crib.
Look, like you say, meet in a public place.
Hey, that's what he asked her to do. She suggested. The woman suggested. The woman suggested.
I'm not suggesting that
because he was
on doing this.
Well, no, because he's retarded, and he should have said to her, being a high-profile athlete, I done been going through it. When we meet up, either we meet at the Galleria or we don't meet at all. Which way you want to do this?
Yeah, I would have left it alone after that.
But but no, you can come to. No, I'm not coming to your place. You probably lived in the damn 5th Ward somewhere. I mean, none of it None of it made sense. His judgment, his ability to judge, it's horrible. I mean, there's no way I would have went for this. There's no way I would have went for it. He's basically ruined his career.
Yeah.
Bad decisions.
Yeah. You thought Kevin dropped Tua quickly? I dropped Deshaun Watson the moment this news broke.
Now you see why. If you had Deshaun Watson in your
The moment this news broke, I dropped. I pulled the truck over and everything.
now you see. Hey, look. The sad thing was the moment when Al Michaels said, and when the Dolphins players went on the knee, and the second I wrote concussion protocol again. That was within 5 minutes. I was like, see.
Now that's another thing. That caught my ear about this situation, Mark. If this case holds up, this is enough for Cleveland to void the guarantees in Deshaun Watson.
No, that's what I was just saying. There's a loophole where now they can get out of this contract.
Yeah, so if this holds up, he is 100% done. And that'll be a great and Cleveland.
Oh,
and that's gonna because to be quite honest with you, right now, Miami and Cleveland need to be looking at quarterbacks right now. 'Cause
Exactly.
right now they ain't got one.
Well, hey, Mill, your boy is out there. And that's who I think Miami might go get.
Man, look,
Ryan,
Ryan on another level, Tannehill.
see, Mel, I was gonna get on you yesterday for spoiling the damn
Didn't I
surprise.
say
I was
that?
like, yeah.
We talked about that yesterday.
And see, I can see 1 or 3 possibilities.
They
hope
already
they
dropped. They already hinted at it.
Well,
yeah, I hope they get him.
no,
Yeah.
well, Tannehill would have been my first choice because, of course, he's familiar with the system. Obviously.
He's the only choice. He's the only one out there worth talking about.
That's true.
Him and
Now-
Colin Kaepernick. Are you serious?
Now, okay, if you want to go now, there's 2 more that's still floating out there just for fun: Joe Flacco and Cooper Rush.
Joe Flacco's the backup in Indy.
Yeah, Cooper Rush is in Dallas.
I thought they cut Cooper.
No.
Because they still got Trey Lance.
Yeah, Cooper Rush still there.
Oh. Well,
He probably on the
Well-
practice squad, but he's
well,
still
yeah,
there.
okay. Well, I guess if that's the case, then go back to what you were saying earlier.
Mhm.
Ryan Tannehill,
Yes. He's the only one worth talking about.
the most logical choice on the market.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we're going to throw Green Bay in that mix.
Well, yeah, you can throw him in the mix after tomorrow because that dude is going to suck. What is his name? Malik Willis?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Mark said he's soft.
Mm,
Yeah, he does look very terrible.
mm.
Okay, so what?
And just think about it. Mike Tomlin wanted him in the draft.
Oh, poor guy. Okay, the Raiders are going to the Baltimore Ravens. 1 o'clock, CBS.
Man, my bell's back.
All right.
I
so
got the Ravens.
I got Baltimore also.
Yeah, I got Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad's gonna be him. He's gonna give you his picks later.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. There's nothing that the Raiders got right now outside cheering for the pride of Antonio.
You know the
Antonio
one person
Pierce.
I feel bad for, our assistant Rachel, and she's up there in Baltimore right now. She's a Raiders fan. They were traveling on the Raiders bus yesterday. I was like, yeah, this ain't looking good for y'all, and she knows it too. It's hilarious.
Oh, poor.
But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, we all 3 of us got Baltimore. All of us got Baltimore in this case.
All right, so we're gonna move right on along.
Next up,
The Jaguars versus the Browns.
Who
I did
cares?
have the Jaguars right.
yes, you did. Oh, Romo, you okay?
Yep.
This your time to have a the quote unquote crossover / change of heart. You had Cleveland.
I'm gonna stay with it. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna stay with it.
I'm not. I'm gonna put it
I
and say
their
like this.
defense.
I'm not rooting for the Cleveland. I'm not picking Cleveland to win until Chubb come back. Until he come back,
But you
he
know
can
what?
miss me with the
But
rest
you know
of
what's
it.
crazy? Because Mill and I can sit there and laugh, and Romar will come out right, and I'm thinking like, oh great, stranger things have happened. So
Until Chubb come back, they don't stand a chance to win a football
I'm not buying
game.
any stock in Cleveland. I think I've sold all of any of
You can't.
Brown stock.
I'm gonna stay. I take that L on that one if it happens. I'm gonna rock with it. I'm staying.
All right, well there you go. Hey, we've seen weird stuff happen before, like especially with the Bengals and the Patriots. Who would have thought the Patriots was going to come out on top?
Oh,
I got
yeah,
lucky.
yeah,
I got lucky with that one. Don't
Okay.
ask me why, but
Well,
Okay.
you actually had a good shot when you picked that because Cincinnati's notorious for sucking for about the first 8 games of the year.
there you go. That's the biggest reason why I picked them. And remember that stat I told you earlier. The last 6 seasons, they've been 1-10 under Zach Taylor. And you know what? You might be right, Mel. You may be onto something. And Mark, you too. Zach Taylor I think, is on a hot seat if he's not careful. So, especially with the whole situation with Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, he's having issues with his wrist. He's not 100%. Even though that Burrow is 3-1 versus Patrick Mahomes, and all 4 games have been decided by 3 points or less. So it's going to be interesting how that one plays out. Next
Okay.
up.
I can see that. I can see that. All right, my next one up. We have the Jets against the Titans, and I believe I picked the Jets.
You did.
I know I got the Jets.
You got. I picked the Jets too. Now, on that one, they were saying that under which teams had the most pressure to win this week. This was the main one. The main one. There were 3 of them that they picked.
The Jets have to win this football game.
They have to be. Now again, 49ers, they're of course, the defending NFC champions. So there's nothing wrong with losing to them, but you're going from one extreme to the other. You're going from 49ers to Tennessee. Tennessee ain't got nobody really. Well, they got what, Levis as a quarterback?
He damn near back.
But there's more margin for error with Will Levis because he's still on that rookie learning curve, even though he's in his second year. But he looked his rookie year ended due to injury, so there's a little bit more margin for error. Plus, they're in a much easier division to deal with in the AFC South, whether it's in with the Jets, with the NFC North. They got Buffalo to deal with. Miami seems like they're not going to be that much
Miami's
of a
about
problem.
to drop.
But you got a New England team that's going to be a tough out for anybody as long as they run the football and play solid defense. So,
And the thing is, the Patriots have no expectations because
they're playing with house money. They're playing with house money.
pretty much.
So they just got to win this game to stay afloat to keep to stay on par.
Conversation.
Yeah, they have to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
They fall to 0-2, then they're in a different conversation.
Well, yeah, Aaron Rodgers has to go like relax.
Yeah, we don't.
That can only work for so long.
We really don't want Aaron Rodgers on the mic that much. We really don't.
No, well, he can stay on Jeopardy for all I care.
All right, but still, it's a must win for the Jets. Anybody got the Titans? That's real.
No.
Question. Anybody got the Titans?
Well, none of us got that. Mark, who you got?
Oh, I got the Jets.
Yeah, okay.
I tell you what, they lose. I know that you say ain't no way. They lose this game. My man Robert Saleh might be out of a job.
Yeah, that too.
He may be on the hot seat.
Yeah, he is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
All right, so I can put 2 coaches right there. Actually, I can put 3 coaches in on the hot seat.
Especially how they came out flat against the Niners. Yo, I think the dude name was Joe Fortenbaugh. He said Nathaniel Hackett had a Tecmo Bowl playbook.
Wow.
Sweet left, sweet right. Long pass, short pass.
Oh boy. Mm.
He said they had a Tecmo Bowl playbook. You gotta have Nintendo cards and all that.
Now see, we going back to the 90s
Oh
with this.
my God! He said
That's a crying shame.
Yes,
We're
because
going back 30 some odd years with this.
yeah. Well, that's how bad Nathaniel Hackett been stealing money.
No comment. Oh man.
But still, they even with the Tecmo Bowl playbook they got, they still should be able to handle the Titans. They still got some work to do. So we can move on to the next one, which is a little bit more interesting, but the same thing. The 49ers are facing the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota.
I got 40. I think we all have 49ers on this one. Now, CMC is out. McCaffrey's out. So that's the last word that I got.
Didn't seem like they missed him last week.
But
They didn't seem like it missed them last week.
Well, like
And
I said,
nothing about the Vikings are gonna have an okay defense, but nothing about them tells me that they're gonna stop the 49ers run game.
I don't see much out of that either.
Because
Mark,
it's not like they rely on just one style of running back or just one running back in general. Because you're gonna have Debo running the ball, you're gonna have Juszczyk running the ball, you're gonna have this guy Jordan. What's the guy's name?
Addison?
No.
What is this? I forgot his name. But now the weird thing happened was
you're gonna have him run the ball.
that the last time the 49ers played Minnesota, they actually lost on Monday Night Football.
Jordan Mason.
But the strange thing was Kirk Cousins was under center the last time.
They got Sam Darnold.
But now you got Sam Darnold.
Which was the backup to Brock Purdy last year.
Now okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Wait. Well, thank you very
Sam
much,
Darnold
Ramon.
did not have a bad game last
I
week.
forgot about that.
He did not have a bad game. He wasn't. What did he won't?
But they was playing the
what?
Carolina Panthers, weren't they?
No,
the
it
Giants.
was the Giants. And the god awful uniforms. They look like jail suits, man. Come on. How the hell? No, I'm sorry. Jail suits / you look like a damn hockey team. Ottawa Senators. You coming in with what kind of crap was that?
That's what they wanted to do because that's why Saquon left.
Yeah.
Somebody said like a pack of Imperial butter.
They brought out the new fashion.
Really?
Oh, they did that for early fashion week.
Well, whatever it was
It sounded like a pack of Imperial butter.
Mel, I have nothing. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't.
I bet you Kevin won't buy that jersey.
Damn.
I bet you Kevin won't buy that jersey.
I know. One thing you will not see me buy is somebody from the division. That's never going to happen with that.
Oh my God! And you talking about the NFL Players Association need to step in for the field. They also need to step in for some of these uniforms.
That was
How you gonna allow them to go out there looking like that?
And
Somebody has to be held responsible.
And okay, the sad thing is Danny Dimes, when he threw that interception, and dude had to run maybe 5 yards to the end zone and go the other way.
Now, we need some new leadership on this because that should have not ever have been signed off on. Ever.
And their play showed it too.
No, they should. Yeah, exactly.
Their horrible uniforms showed how they played.
That should have never been signed off.
That was hideous.
That should never have been okay.
And then you got booed out of your home stadium.
They got booed in it too. So
they got booed. And then you got booed walking towards the bus. You're like, yeah, okay. Go ahead. The next one.
All right, Chargers at the Panthers.
All right.
I got the Chargers.
We all got the Chargers.
I'm debating right now whether should I start Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert.
Dak.
That's my dilemma right now, and I'm facing Mark this week.
Yeah, but you ain't got to worry too much because Josh Allen only got 11 points. I mean, he didn't get nothing. So, regardless of who you start, they're going to be better than what I had.
Yeah. Well, that's just one position. You still got the rest of them to go, and just like in not my league, but I was in my auntie Roz's league, and I had great production on my quarterback and my running back. I got no production on my receivers, and I lost.
Well, I know.
That's one position.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Another league I was in, the dude I played against, he had Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. He
Wow.
got nothing out of either one Thursday night.
That makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever because you're putting too much stock into one football game. You're putting too much stock into one offense. They're not going to go. Both players are not going to get 10 catches for 200 yards and 4 TDs.
Well, you know something nobody caught on to for that game. At least I saw it. After the players coming to the game, it was pouring down rain Thursday for a while anyway. I said, you know what? There ain't gonna be no. Then James Cook proved me wrong. But I didn't think when it's a game where it's done rain, receivers usually don't have that great of games.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I was going off.
Yeah. What would the chart? Anybody got? We built in the Chargers and the Panthers.
Yeah.
Chargers.
Chargers.
I got Chargers, but they better not slip up. That could be a. I don't want to see, and I did put a possible upset alert because
Why? Yeah, you gotta explain that one.
well, Chargers, you never know which version is going to show up.
What, trash or garbage?
Exactly. I mean, well, and that was the reason why I'm kind of scared of going with them because last week, thinking because they suck at home. They're suspect at home.
And on the road.
That's the reason. Yeah.
They'll compete with New York for the number one pick again.
You would think it's on paper you think it's easy, but somehow Bryce Young ever get himself right. That's the bigger question.
Well, Bryce Young come out of this alive.
He need to get bigger somewhere.
He need to get out of Carolina.
Something ain't right with that.
He can be out of the league if he get out of Carolina. Ain't nobody.
I mean, he's like the new generation of Jamarcus Russell.
They need to give him some. They need to give him some protection.
It don't matter. He still can't do not much anything. I mean, there was that one play against the Saints. It was a comedy of errors. Like it was so atrocious.
I ain't gonna blame it all on him. He ain't that. He might not be that bad of a quarterback.
He sucks.
It's a little.
He straight sucks.
The transition is just too big for him. From college to the pros, it's just a little bit too much for him. And that's okay. It's not for everybody. So, Seahawks at the Patriots.
I took New England.
I got Seahawks.
I think I got Seahawks too because I think they favored by 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got.
You did.
But this is a trap game because the Seahawks could very well lose this one because they got a tough flight
going back home because they got Miami in Seattle.
Well, you got to travel cross country like that.
Yes, we got to hold on. Yeah, because you was in Seattle the first week. Yeah. Okay, so you start out in Seattle week 1. Now remember last year, Mark, we were talking about catching long flights cross country and how it weighs on you. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you was on the point then when I think Tampa Bay had to travel across the world, and that caught up to them the last time. And now I can see Romar's point in a way because Seattle has to travel to New England, and they got to play at 1 o'clock. Most West Coast teams usually don't do well at that time slot because they're operating at a 10 o'clock time frame. starting out the gate. And after that game, they got to go travel all the way back home to Seattle, and that's when the Dolphins come in. So again, now to your point, Romar, I can see why in a way because Seattle has to do all that cross country flying. So you logging all these miles, and then you got to log all these miles back.
I won't even looking at it from that.
But when you say you pick New England, and then when Mark was talking about when we remember we me and
Oh
Mark was
yeah,
talking about
this is. I got another crossover. Give me the Patriots. I seen you. Kenneth Walker ain't playing. They got him listed as doubtful. He's not going to play. He ain't practiced all week.
Because I just saw questionable.
So yeah, he's at doubtful right now, but he's not going to play.
No, let me ask you a question. He has to be the most talented, injury-ridden player I've ever.
yes. Oh my God! But once he gets healthy, he can throw that rock. But he stay hurt.
I've never seen nobody that gets hurt like this every time. I mean, this dude will have a phenomenal game, and then they'll say he's out the next game because he got a cold. I mean, this dude, I've never seen nothing like this.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna adjust that right now. Seahawks over Patriots. Patriots over Seahawks. Patriots over Seahawks. So
that's your second crossover.
That's my second crossover. My first crossover is now the Cowboys over the Saints.
Oh my God!
Now look, in the history of crossover this season, they've been 0-3 to this point.
Yeah, but nobody does a crossover like me.
Oh, see now, most times when they ever change a quote unquote change our pick,
we should have hurried up and got past this game.
Now, see, this what happens when you make picks 5 days early. Something happens, and both of y'all made picks way before I did, and I think I said, something's wrong with this.
You can't be making those picks a week early. Something's gonna go wrong.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you,
especially Romar.
Why I made my pick so early. Why? I was so mad at the way Sunday turned out. Even just looking at from your pick'em league. That's why I was so.
So you wanted to change your strategy?
No, I was just mad. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick early.
Well, it better not be worse than what it turns out to be. That's all.
I looked at the schedule. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick my game.
You just said screw it, and I'm like, hold on, dude, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why you like one of the first ones to make the picks? I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but then I said, nah, I'm not gonna ride you on that because it actually helps me get out of the way. I get it. But then at the same time, I was like, okay, let's see how well it works. All right. So I'm staying with Seattle, and they went. Mill just crossed over with New England. Romar's got New England. So, okay. Now you say Dallas Saints game, right? Yes. All of us picked Dallas. Now, Mill, I can see why you picked them. Now, and I think I swayed to the fact that I hope it rings true. A lot of times when they put up a 40-piece one week, they normally lose the next week. And then, of course, the Saints had a bye week last week for crying out loud. When they played Carolina. You had a bye week for crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you've gone from a cupcake to a really formidable squad. You know what I'm saying? In their house. Now,
and you have some holes on your offensive line you need to address.
I'm going to almost bet you this. I don't see the Saints getting above 20 points. Mark, who you got in that game? Saints or Cowboys?
You know, who did the Saints play last week?
The Saints had a bye week. They had Carolina.
See, that's part of the issue because nobody on Carolina's team even deserves to be in the NFL at this point. I mean, it's horrible. Dallas going to win that game.
Exactly.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
New Orleans got some tricks to the trade, but they got some tricks up their sleeve, but they ain't got enough in the tank at the end of the day.
I don't see it.
Especially in a close game, I think Dallas is going at home is one thing. If they was in New Orleans, I'd definitely pick New Orleans. But they not going into that stadium.
Don't be surprised if Dallas puts up a 40 piece. Watch what I tell you. It'll be like a 40-20 type of game.
Yeah, I don't think their offensive line.
And on top of that,
line up against Dallas's defensive line, I think Dallas' defensive line would dominate New Orleans' offensive line.
And then, of course, you already stopped the run. Look what he did to Cleveland.
I can't say the other way around. Now, I like New Orleans secondary, but I got to see how their D-line holds up. And their D-line is going to get tested.
But you know what? If this works out, and you got CeeDee Lamb on your team,
yeah,
you might have a field day with you got Dak and CeeDee. So and you're a favorite too. So on your pickup.
Yeah, so I switched that up. So
yeah, you did. Look, a lot of us had to make changes in transactions.
Okay, so we
all got Dallas in this one.
All right, so let's move on to the next one: the Commanders and the Giants. I believe we're in Washington. Am I correct?
Yes.
On my grandma's birthday.
When tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh man.
Let me get my camera straight real quick.
And I'm thinking, please.
All right, Washington. I'm talking to y'all. Don't lose this game. You hear me? Under no circumstances, I know this is week 2, but this is also a must win. Yeah. You cannot lose.
This is a morale game for us.
You cannot lose to this football team who has mucked up their roster from tip to tail, paid the wrong guys, do not have the guys in the right position, do not know what they're doing on offense, do not know what they're doing on defense, do not know what they're doing with their wardrobe.
That's the game you cannot
lose.
About.
You cannot lose to a football team wearing them hideous looking war.
You cannot lose to a team that looks like the Ottawa Senators.
You cannot lose to New York Imperial Butters. Okay, you can't do this. I don't care what you got to do. Claw, scratch, bite off kneecaps, do whatever it is it takes to win this football game. That's what you gotta do there in your home. And I hate to say this, it's sad. We're living here in the 804. This is Richmond, Virginia. This is supposed to be Washington Commanders territory, but it's taken over by Cowboys. You cannot let the Giants march into your house and eat and drink Kool-Aid, bro.
So basically, in long story short, you got one job.
One job. Just win this football game. If you lose this football game, it's not much you can say for the rest of the season. Because it's going to be a while for y'all play another divisional game.
Yeah, I know. It's our only divisional game until like November.
Until what, week 11?
I'm riding with y'all. Why? I got Commanders over Giants.
You know me. I'm gonna ride it that way. I know better than picking them.
Don't lose this game, bro.
Because, like I said, we all gonna get roasted. That's the last.
I'm not gonna. I'm not going to be the one doing the roasting.
I know. I know you won't, but we all know who will. all of us in this room know who's going to roast us if it gets to that point.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the one doing it. All right, so what's understood that needs not to be said, so we can move on with that. The Lions are facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I actually got Tampa in this one.
They're at Tampa Bay, right?
No, they're in Detroit.
Oh, give me Detroit.
Yeah, I think you already got Detroit.
Yeah, I got my list pulled up right here, so I'm just. I'm adjusting that list.
I'm going against the grain on this one.
Uh-uh.
I think it's a first round rematch too.
Yeah.
Let's play off
Detroit.
from last year.
Yeah, Detroit got established their dominance. Run the football. You got the weapons. Play sound, smart football. Make smart decisions. Don't try to win the game on one play.
Boy, with the
And
way
and look, and they almost lost to the Rams.
Or you end up in an overtime situation like you did last week.
That one might be a little sneaky interesting.
Might be. Nah, that's just going to be playing. That's going to be a very good football game.
I mean, this could be one of those roll the dice.
Because I'm going to tell you straight up, Baker Mayfield going to be a top 10 QB by the end of the season. If he ain't one right now.
he was like,
Top 10, top 5.
Well,
Baker Mayfield
well-
will show out.
Well, he got the most underrated receiver in the league.
Mike
'Cause
Evans.
This dude continues to produce.
Yes. So I probably Baker Mayfield is going to show out. But they're going to take the L. All right, guys, we gotta speed this process up. It's 11:17. I know Dad got another show coming up soon. We did Lions, Buccaneers, Colts, and the Packers. Look, can we mail this one in because
I got Colts.
ain't nobody. I'm not gonna let nobody talk me into thinking that Malik Willis is gonna win this football game for the Green Bay Packers. It's just not gonna happen. All right, so move right along. Rams are facing the Arizona Cardinals,
I took the Rams.
and I got the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, for a reason. Yeah.
Well, for this one reason, because again, I'm riding on the fact Arizona does not deserve nice things.
No, they don't. No, they don't. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland. The Denver Broncos.
I got Steelers, and don't be surprised if Russell Wilson's starting. Don't be surprised. Russell Wilson needs to get that one back. It's that revenge game that Denver threw him away.
Oh,
Don't be surprised.
you know what?
Don't tell me you're gonna cross over again.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Give me the Broncos.
Oh no. Really?
Yeah, I'm muddying the waters already. Give me the Broncos. I'm sorry. I don't trust neither one at the end of the day. I don't trust Justin Fields nor Russell
You
Wilson.
could have kept your pick. The Steelers.
Why? Why?
Oh my god. Why? Robo, you thought you were the only one to pick the Broncos? Is that what it was? Because I can tell you right now that's not happening.
I know that ain't happening. I'm talking about us, but I know what it feels with us when he does that because of the whole history of him doing it.
That's Mill.
It doesn't.
That's Mill. Hey, you can get Mill on that one.
So, let me guess. You got the Broncos,
Yep.
and you worry about me jinxing your pick of the Broncos.
Your crossovers be stinging people.
Okay. Now you
Well,
know
I gotta
what?
have it. I guess I gotta have reasons for you to cuss me out every Monday morning.
I'm gonna
Because
tell
that's
you
what also what's to end up happening.
Hey, look, we will find out at 8:15
Broncos always.
how many crossovers have actually worked. We will find out tomorrow. And this is a
And if
record.
I get all my crossovers right, what I get?
um
Nothing.
Because I'll put an X by all my crossovers on my list. Because I'm updating my list.
Nothing.
oh man, I'll make note of that one. Like, all right.
Matter of fact, yeah, I'm putting an X on all of them.
I just be like, I told you so.
That's cool. Oh, that's all right. I thought I was gonna put a little wager or something on that.
Well,
What you talk? Look, here you go. What you want? What type of reason?
I
How
don't
many,
know.
how many
Alright,
of your
hold on.
crossovers that you got to win?
Oh, that's what we got to discuss.
yeah, all right, hold on. Mark, who you got between the Steelers and Broncos?
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I ain't
Alright.
playing.
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
There you go. All right, so we're split. Me and Mark with Pittsburgh, and y'all two with Denver.
I got 3 crossovers so far.
And this is a record, folks. Studio W record. How many crossovers in one shot? 3.
All right.
All right,
So
so
we
we
gotta
got
move
3
on.
more.
Chiefs and the Bengals.
We already know our
Put
feelings
me
with
on
this
that
one.
one. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's an easy one there.
Yeah.
The Texans over the Bears.
Sunday night game.
Oh yeah, give me CJ.
Yep. We all went with the Texas. So
Yeah, I got me on that one. And you know what's understood ain't got to be said. Give me the Eagles over the Falcons.
that one could be on possible upset alert too. You can laugh all you want to.
Yeah, you're right. It
You
could
can
be
laugh.
upset. I'll be
That
upset.
That could be upset alert also.
I'll be upset if we don't dog walk these clowns.
Okay.
That's what I'll be. This right here is going to tell you everything you need to know about the Eagles defense. Can they rush the passes? Can they defend? Can they defend the run? Can they defend the pass? This is going to tell because that field is so bad you can't really grade their performance. If we cannot get to a Statue of Liberty as Kirk Cousins, we're in trouble.
Y'all might be in trouble.
If we can't
If y'all struggle against this guy,
yeah,
coming off an ACL injury,
exactly, then we cannot be in
And
the
not
conversation with Dallas.
Not only that,
with the division.
the running joke continues with the 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock version. He usually loses anytime after 4.
And we ain't talking about Kirk Cousins. We talking about Philly.
I know. But I'm just saying y'all should beat them. But also I look at it too. He can't win. Funny
And
thing
then
is,
if we don't beat them, then what Mark says about Jalen Hurts is going to ring true. Am I right, Mark?
and what was that? Refresh my memory.
There's a clause in Jalen Hurts' contract that they can get out of it, I believe, as early as next season. If they're not pleased with his performance, if they don't turn this thing around. It's either this season or next season, they can get out this contract. And if he's not performing, they can be as rough as saying if he don't deliver a Super Bowl within the next 2 seasons, he'll be out.
That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, so there is pressure. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know how true that is.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, y'all.
But that it is out there.
Y'all got an unruly crowd on top of that too. That fan
High
base is not,
expectations, man.
that crowd, man, is not doing no favors. Because if they make a couple mistakes, 2 interceptions, they will boo you.
Yes. And like I said, bad field, AJ Brown slipped. Jalen Hurts is on the run, things of that nature. I get it, but still there's no it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. Oh, we have. Oh, hey, Rev, yeah.
Yeah, what up?
How you
Can you
doing,
hear
bro?
me?
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Yo, we just finished wrapping up the NFL picks, man. I'm so glad you called. Just you're the Rabbit Dolphins fan. I'm gonna give you the floor. I want you to give me your thoughts about what things that happened the other night with your Dolphins against the Bills. Give me your thoughts on that.
Oh, we got smoke. We got smoke. Like I said, if we the only game on TV, we gonna get smoked. It's been that way for at least the last 6 or 7 years. Number one, I'm a Dolphin fan. I'm always be a Dolphin fan. I don't care if Fiddler on the Roof playing. I don't care if does Jay Fiddler. I don't care if Tua's playing. I don't care who else is playing. I'm a Dolphin fan. I've been a Dolphin fan. I've seen a 1 in 15 year. I've seen a 7. Well, I haven't seen a 17. I've read about a 17-0 year, but I'm a Dolphin fan. So I'm gonna always be a Dolphin fan. Number one. Number two. It ain't like they gonna stop the season just because we don't have our starting quarterback. The season's still gonna go on. Then number three. Yo, if you're an NFL starting quarterback, if you're an NFL quarterback, you gotta be ready to play when your number calls, and that's for any position. I don't believe, and I said a couple of years ago, Tua should retire. That's what I said a couple of years ago. That's what I believe, but it's up to him, his family, and the doctors to say he should retire. Can't nobody else make that decision. I'm gonna tell you like this: as a former ball player. As a former ball player, if you give me an opportunity to play one more down, one more series, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go out there and try my hardest. I ain't the fastest, I ain't the strongest, but I'm gonna try because I love the game that much. And he is probably, for the most part, he's gonna have to talk to somebody that's gonna give him the sound advice, not because he's a Miami Dolphin, not because he's a football player, not because that's what he's worked all his life for, but to be able to have a healthy life after football. Y'all, they used to get on Emmitt Smith for running out of bounds. He don't want to take no contact. Emmitt Smith saw how Earl Campbell was walking. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady kept falling down when it was getting close to being a sack. He ain't never tried to run over nobody. Man, just the Dolphins have a ready-to-win team right now, but without a quarterback, it'll be hard to win in the NFL. It'll be hard to win in the NFL. Another thing, even though he gave up a six, a lot of those points ain't come because of him. A lot of points ain't come because of him. Yeah, he threw it to Robbie he threw a ball to a spot where the receiver supposed to be. He also hit a dude on the shoulder pads because he didn't have his hands up. Hey, right. That's part of the game. Interception is part of the game. But hey, we got played next week against Seattle. They ain't gonna stop the game. If Geno Smith was hurt, they wouldn't stop the game. If he wasn't playing, they wouldn't stop the game. But I guarantee you, this won't be the last quarterback that go out this year, and they ain't gonna stop no games for it. They ain't gonna stop the season for it. Because you gotta be ready to play. You gotta be ready to play.
Yeah, I understand that. I just don't want to see it, but who am I? You know, it's just I know it's when money involved, it's kind of hard to talk folks out of going to do whatever it takes to get said money, and it is a lot of money involved. So
a lot of money. But here's the thing. There is an injury settlement in his contract.
Yes.
It's not going to be as much as he signed the contract for, but there's an injury settlement in the contract. And if he voluntarily retires or take the injury settlement, it doesn't hit our cap as hard. So that's business for you. But your business should be taking care of you and your family at this point.
Yeah, and so it's a good thing he did sign that contract when he did.
It was a great thing that he signed the contract when he did. And it was a great thing for Miami. Let's be real. He earned his contract from the way he played last year. He earned his contract. He played well. And then you didn't want to – the quarterback market is still going up. Look what Dak just signed right before the season. The quarterback market is going up, so it ain't like the contract is getting cheaper. If he would have had another stellar performance, that contract situation would have been hanging over the team for the whole year, and somebody could have scooped him up quick.
It's always beneficial signing your guys sooner rather than later.
Yep. Why you
It's
think
all
Philly signed Devontae Smith? Why you think they signed AJ Brown like they did? You don't wait. You go ahead and do what you got to do for you, because the negotiation, the thing is just keep going up and up and up, up and up and up.
yeah. And last thing you want to do is have a contract situation where guys hold out. Just like look at Hassan Reddick, who ain't even reported to the Jets yet.
No, and he ain't gonna report to the Jets.
Until they got their contract ready. It's like they're just at a stalemate. So I
And
used to
then this is the thing with the Jets. They knew who they was getting and why they was getting them, because they knew he wanted a new contract. And you traded for him, you gave up something for him because you was willing to go and give him a new contract, but then you're gonna renege on him.
mm,
That's the money that he asking for.
right.
But he earned it. He earned it.
Well,
See, here's the thing about football players in this whole. Here's the thing about football players in this whole. As we saw with Tua, every time you put on them shoulder pads and helmet, you taking your life in your hands. Every single time. So when somebody holding off for running or holding out to be compensated correctly, which they feel they should be, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it. Because if we could negotiate our contract at our job, we would.
would. All right, before we get out of here, we talked about one quarterback whose contract situation's up in the air. I want you to give me your thoughts on Deshaun Watson and the situation he's going through.
The nasty man. The nasty man got a problem because what's happening with the nasty man, who he is was his relationships with his character, That's a part of who he is, and because his character is now in question, his character cannot be with the team, and it is affecting his play on the field. The nasty man ain't gonna never be the same again. So you need to get that out your head that the nasty man gonna be better. The nasty man is who he is right now.
The nasty man. Okay, well, I appreciate you, Rev. Mark, appreciate you guys. We got to get out of here. WB's ready to kick us out because we got to get ready for another show in about half an hour. So thank you guys for joining us. I'd like to thank everybody at home for tuning in. It has been Studio W Sports Page. I love you guys as always. I will see you all in church tomorrow.